Hello, I'm Andy. I inspire great truth, an awareness rooted in God fulfilled religious freedom, a vision that seeks unity, peace, justice, and the fullness of freedom in a divided world. Before we begin the brief description, God without politics, here is a short introduction to God fulfilled religious freedom. We all seek a meaningful life, and in a diverse society, we are open to sharing that meaning with one another. Human progress in science and technology has expanded knowledge, opportunity, and creativity. Yet the deepest divisions in human life do not remain in science or technology. They become divided through God and identity. And when the meaning of life becomes trapped within those divisions, human relationships suffer. Societies become fragmented and conflict grows. So the question becomes, what makes God and identity indivisible by human knowledge? What allows the meaning of life to become meaningful for all, not divided by fear, politics, power, or belief? This is why conflict resolution at the intersection of religion, politics, and technology becomes essential. And this is the foundation of God fulfilled religious freedom. Through it, the universality of God and identity is no longer trapped by division. And that universality, that indivisibility of God and identity beyond human division, becomes more powerful than any force and useful than creativity in revealing unity, peace, and justice. This is brief introduction of God fulfilled religious freedom. In this video, I will explore God without politics in brief by asking a question. Can you speak of God without politics? Followed by answers. Or has politics already shaped how we think, how we believe, and how we speak about God? This is not just a question, it is a conversation we need to have. It is something worth thinking about. It is a deep reflection, one that goes into the heart of how we live. Because what we believe about God shapes how we live with one another. God without politics cannot be understood without understanding politics itself. Politics is the space where contradictions meet. Freedom and control, equality and ambition, truth and perception. But politics are not simple. It is shaped by reason and circumstance. Politics is the beholder of paradox, where contradictions are seen or revealed. It reflects the state of philosophy, how people think. It shapes the direction of ideology, what people believe, and where those beliefs are heading. Politics does not remove contradiction, it manages it. But when contradictions are not understood, they turn into division. Government is the institutional expression of politics. It organizes systems, political, legal, financial, and becomes a center of knowledge, public knowledge, hidden knowledge. It can influence what we see, what we trust, and what we believe. At times, it feels like truth itself. But when truth is shaped only by systems, we must ask, by power, by perception, can it truly define who we are, our inner self, or only how we function, our mind, our body, our emotions? And this brings us to the core concept. The world often runs on public and faceless knowledge, but God is the foundation of creation. God has intervened in human life through the Old and New Testaments, the Abrahamic faiths. Across history, God has revealed Himself, lifting the burdens of life. God fulfilled religious freedom is God's presence in life, overcoming the threat of differences that create divisions in identity, belief in God, and behavior. God intervened through creation. Therefore, we see something deeper, an indivisible, personal relationship between the individual and God. This reveals a universal knowledge of God and identity, one that empowers individual to do good. Not imposed, not controlled, but known. Just as politics seeks to know, or it knows everything about you, God knows everything about you. He is found in the divine intervention is the proof. And what God reveals at the intersection of religion, politics, and technology is deeper, a dimension beyond human definition, the resolution of thought itself. When thought reaches its resolution, division within us begins to end. We realize our constructed truths may differ, but the truth of God and one's relationship with Him remains fundamental. This is God and natural identity. And from this, we arrive at the solution. We speak of the indivisibility of God and identity, a truth that fixes the logic of the mind as follows. Hunger is solved with food. Illness is treated with medicine. But when it comes to identity and belief, we need something deeper to fix the logic of the mind. We may choose different leaders, we may think differently, that is natural, but those differences must not divide us through God and identity. Great truth fixes the logic, where choice remains but division ends. So, can you speak of God without politics? If truth comes from multiple conflicting sources, division follows. But there is one indivisible source, God and identity. Belief in God becomes a solution, not a source of division. And so, every individual everywhere is free to say, I speak of God beyond politics. And through that, we carry a source within us to build relationships that heal, not divide. This is the brief description of God without politics. The full God without politics PDF is available in the video description below. Thank you.